Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Sorry for the delay. I know we were a little bit slow to start today, but there was a very good reason. We were making sure the videos also went out alongside streams. But welcome on in. Hello. How are you? How am I getting blame bobs already? How is this happening already? Also, by the way, we have a new combined chat, which is actually really, really cool. So I'm excited to check this out because it means we can actually see both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So you won't get left out if you're over on YouTube, or if I'm looking at YouTube, you won't get left out if you're on Twitch. So that's really cool. So welcome on in. I broke the intro music. How did I break the intro music? What did I do? Is everything working now, though? You can hear the music now. Everybody's happy? We all good? Had two tracks at once? Oh. No music now? That's not right. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let's fix. Okay, you can hear me, though. You can hear me. Because that's the most important thing. You can hear me. I think I know why. No, that's not right. That's not right at all. Huh? This is very strange. Okay. Right, that shouldn't be happening. That definitely shouldn't be happening. Why is that not outputting to there? This is a very interesting situation, folks. Give me 2 seconds. You should be able to hear everything absolutely fine. Is that better? Can you hear the music now? You should be able to hear music now. Now we can. You sound like you might be in a fishbowl. And it's only one track. Fantastic. Okay, cool. It was just quiet. That's all it was. It was just quiet. Hello. Hello, everybody. It's okay. I always have music in my heart. I love to hear that skull. How is everybody doing? You're good? Guys, if you didn't realize, the reason I was late was because I was actually posting out a video. And if you guys want to go check that out, that's over on my channels, but you should be able to see it on the Corsair channel shortly. The wonderful team over on socials should be outputting that toot sweet. But there is a new product that launched today, and this is essentially the launch stream. We snuck it in. We snuck in a launch stream. So we were basically always planning on doing a case swap today and showing you some cool custom pieces that are for the Frame 4000D. Those are the two things we've got planned. But we also were hoping that it was going to arrive in time, and it did. With the new product arrived today. I did a video on it this morning, which you can go check out. Please go check it out. I put a lot of effort into getting that done today. So that's out. I've done that this morning, and we are going to be including it in today's stream. So, for those of you who aren't aware already, and those of you who are insiders, I'm sure you already know, the case is one thing. The case is absolutely stunning. I'm actually going to be teasing next week's stream as well, because I've had a few things arrive today. But I am going to be showing you, today, I'm going to be showing you this. So this is the Corsair H1000, the HXI, I'm going to say, because obviously we come with the 1000, 1200 and 1500 watt versions, but I'm going to be playing with the 1000 watt version. It's an empty box. It is an empty box because I've already got it out, because we learned from the last stream that I can't just spend most of my time unboxing stuff. So this is actually one of the... I'm insanely excited about this. There are a good few reasons why I'm excited about this. Shake the box, break the illusion. There is literally nothing in this box. We've already unboxed it, because I had to do a video, and I wasn't going to lie to you guys. I wasn't going to unbox it, repackage it, and then shoot do the stream unboxing, and then go, oh wow, what a surprise! I've never done that before. Okay. But yes, we are going to be showcasing this today. This is actually going to be going into the build as well. So we're going to be playing around with a brand new product today, and there's a secret thing. Secret thing. Unless it's already been shown, we should have. Don't quote me here, but we should have a link in chat. We should have a link in chat, right? That leads you to a giveaway, if I'm correct. If Lucky has been as amazing as she always is, and we all have off days, so she's allowed an off day if it isn't on there. Is it there? Boom. Let's check it out. There it is. I'm going to check this. How dare you? You're allowed off days. I didn't say you have them. I didn't say you have them. I said you're allowed them. See, I'm being supportive and cheering you on. You entered. So yes, so if you guys didn't know, the giveaway today is for a brand new HXI Shift power supply. I believe it's the 1000 watt, unless you got ones that's better. I'm being nice. By the way, you might notice that I've shrunk. It's because I've got rid of this. If anybody's like curious why there's now more space at the top here, that's why. So I was looking at the screen. I was looking at the screen just now, and I was like, hold on, I know I'm getting older, but have I shrunk already? Have I started to get shorter already? How are you grabbing this wavy? How are you grabbing this heavy thing with just one hand? I'm just incredibly powerful. I'm incredibly powerful. That's how. No, I would probably be taking a bit more care with it than this. This isn't empty. Unbox the nothing in the box. All right, sweet. Okay, let's do it. Right, here you go, folks. The very, very swanky. Oh, I've misinterpreted the height of the desk. Here we go. Hold on. The very, very swanky box of absolutely nothing. there is nothing in there, folks. Literally nothing in there. But Bob picks up Thor's hammer every day. I am worthy. I am worthy. I feel like the desk should be high, but then that camera angle's wrong, isn't it? So this is where this should be, but that camera angle's wrong. So we need to fix that. Let's fix that up. I didn't have a lot of time, guys, today. I shot an entire product video, like launch product video, in less than 2 hours. That's scripted, shot, and edited it all in 2 hours. You can cheer for me whenever you like. Whenever you want, you can cheer for me. It's fine. First ever supply. It's the HX 1000 Air. It's just the box with nothing in it. I'm joking. But if you do want to see it, you do actually want to see the PSU itself. Here we are. It is a thing of absolute beauty. For those of you who haven't seen this before or haven't checked out the site, there is a native 12 volt 2x6 cable here that's on the side connected. So the shift. Well, actually, let me dial this back, because for those of you who don't know what a shift PSU is, basically most PSUs have like the cable connectors on this side of the PSU, which means basically it's harder to get to when you want to like constantly take things in and out. But on shift PSUs, they're on the side, and they're so much nicer to build with. I genuinely don't like building with anything but a shift PSU. But the cool thing about this one is obviously we have the 12 volt 2x6 cable in here. If you get the 1500 watt one, there are two 12 volt 2x6 cables that go in there as well, which is really cool if you're running like obviously on multi GPU, so that's fantastic. These are running a type 5 cables as well, just so you know. I believe the fan is a 140mm as well, which is very nice. I love our patterns. I love these patterns. They're so nice. And on the top, look at that. It's got my hands on it. It's got my sweaty hands on it. So apologies if the that is me, not how it comes out of the box. But the coolest thing about this is this. I'm gonna see if I can get this up like nice and close for you. This is an integrated IQ Link system hub. You guys don't know how excited I am about this. Honestly, I'm so hyped for it. I've been so hyped for this for so long. It is just genuinely really friggin' awesome. It means that you don't have to have the system hub, and I'll show you the one that's coming out of my Frame 4000D build. You don't actually have to have the IQ Link system hub anymore. You don't need, because the IQ Link system is fantastic and it allows you to connect up to 24 devices each. But the interesting thing about it is the fact that it is a separate thing that you need to have in your case. It does have two cables that come off it, both to connect to the motherboard and to connect to the power supply, and you do need a full-size like PCIe cable to power it as well. So there's like two cables and one unit. And if you do have like the Commander Duo as well, that's obviously something to consider, and that actually attaches on alongside of it. Obviously, you'd still need the Commander Duo to plug into this, because this only functions like a IQ Link system hub. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's doing away with that whole hub and the two cables as well, and allows you to put the cables all the way down directly into the PSU area where your cable shame area around the back. So that's good. That's really cool. What keyboard am I using? The keyboard I have here is the K65 Plus wireless, and this is the CCL edition with the topographic ones, and I've got some custom keys of my own on there. But the one I'm using at the minute is the actual Vanguard 96 Pro. It is absolutely insane. I love that thing. There's so many really cool things about that. We did an unboxing about a week or so ago. Really, really cool. But yeah, that's the one I'm using at the minute. And my daily driver for a mouse is the Saber V2 Pro. So basically, I'm using really like competitive focus things, especially as I'm starting to play a bit more competitive games. So playing a bit of Battlefield recently, which is really cool. Obviously going to be playing a lot of Call of Duty. And yeah, I've been playing a lot of different things just all over the place. Playing a lot of Destiny. That's not necessarily competitive, but I like the extra maneuverability. Is very cool. Hyped Bob equals best, but I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for so long. We've been waiting to do this build. This has been I found out obviously about this case even before you guys did, but we announced this back at CES in January. And it's now out, and I'm so hyped for this. We've got so many cool things to do today. I also got something really interesting to show you, which we tried to do on the last stream but didn't have time for. But I'm going to try and show you this stream, and that is going to be showing you some custom things on the Frame 4000D, because I'm taking my PC out, my gaming PC out of my 4000D, putting it in the Frame 4500X, which you guys will see today, and then we're going to show you some customizations to the Frame 4000D, which should be a bit easier because I won't be playing with the full PC there. So that's going to be really cool. No link up. Also, you can see the PSU. Yes, there is that as well. That's a really good point, Step. Yes, you can actually see the information from the PSU. I've not necessarily ever needed to see it, but that's maybe because I'm not that level of power user. If you are, then you now have that, which is really cool. I'm doing great. Thank you, Riptide. How are you? Sorry, I'm missing some stuff in chat because we've been talking quite a bit, but how is everybody? Bob flexing content creation skills. Thank you, Naj. I need to actually get some muscles to flex maybe next time, but... Yeah. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Love Corsair, we love you too. I'm sorry, I can see your name, I think is in kanji. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I am sorry, but welcome on in. Pennywise, you're tired? I have been tired, but I've got my Go Faster juice today, so I should be all right. A curved side front panel combo. That's our Frame 4500X. It is. 2 seconds, I need to have a drink there. I've been talking quite a lot. But yeah, we're going to be building with this. I'm not going to be using these stock cables because I'm going to be using some white premium cables that I have, so you guys will see those. But I'm very excited to showcase this inside the build today. So, without further ado, do you want to see the Frame 4500X now, as in empty, or do you want to see me dismantling the Frame 4000D first? Which one do we want to do? It's not Bob Friday. It is not Bob Friday. It is not Bob Friday. You are right. Bob Friday... Bob Friday's gone. I'm sorry to tell everybody. Bob Friday has gone. Bob Friday it went the way of the dodo. And the only reason is a really good reason. And I'm actually... It's actually not a bad reason. Bob Friday, yeah, it's a vibe. So Bob Friday is the friends we made along the way. You can't thank Bob it's Friday. You can thank me it's Tuesday, though. Or thank Bob it's... we need to come up with something but that's like to do with launches, because that's basically why this is when I appear. When there's cool stuff to show off, this is where I appear. Okay, so that's where I'm about. No, Sasko, as soon as I said it, I heard it. I was like, I shouldn't have said that. No. Thank Bob, it's free. Well, not quite. No, we blame Bob when it isn't Friday. We blame Bob any day of the week. It's fine. Guys, Frame 45, do you want to see the 4500X first, or do you want to see the Frame 4000D dismantling first? Which one would you want to do? Thank Bob, it's fresh. I like that. I like that. If Bob, yes, it basically means if I'm here, something cool is coming, which honestly is way better than Thank Bob It's Friday, in my opinion, because I love the idea of that when I show up, that people are going to be like, because as you guys know, we also, obviously we are part of the DIY team, but we also assist the gaming team in on a couple of different things. In fact, teaser for you, there might even be something on another certain person's stream this week that you might want to keep an eye out for, huh? Anyway, 4500 first. If not, you will not have the desk space. So what? Yeah. So I'll obviously dismantle the frame 4000D and then bring the 4500X in afterwards. But you are right. As a good point. I'm actually going to do a quick thing whilst we're doing this as well. While I go get the case and clear my other desk, so I have some space to drop some stuff on there later on. Because if I don't, you are right. I will run out of desk space. So. Let's show you the 4500. I love that I can walk off camera now. That used to be such a thing before. Ugh. Oh, I'm just being very careful, but here it is in all its glory. I don't know if we can see it better from that angle. It's it's too high. We need to drop this down a little bit. Can we bring this down so we can show this to you guys? The frame of 4500X. This thing is absolutely stunning. Do you know what my favorite thing is about this? Do you know what my favorite thing about this case is? It's not actually, a lot of people like say, oh, it's the wraparound glass. I love the wraparound glass, don't get me wrong, but there is actually a even cooler thing on this, which is actually the back of the case, or the top and the back as well. So I'm gonna show you this. So the waterfall design actually goes all the way round, and I'm gonna try and do this very carefully, because obviously this is a lot of glass, goes around this part of the case here. Hold on, let me hold it to that side so you can see it a little bit better there. This waterfall design that comes over the back here and then down there. Oh, I love it. It just looks so good. And because this part of the case is actually exposed on my desk over there as well, it's so much nicer to have that rather than just have kind of like a flat with a grill. Don't get me wrong, I do love the frame 4000D, but this is actually like a proper design feature, right? This is a featured part of the build and I love that about it. Thank Bob, it's featured. Yes. Yes, I actually love that one. I actually like that one a lot. Is there dust filters on the top side? Yes, there is, and we will show you that as well. When we actually get round to the case, I'm going to do a bit more of a... Didn't mean to do that. We'll get a bit more of a feature of the case for you then, but we're going to jot this out the way for now. So we have a little bit of space, and we're going to bring out the frame 4000D build, which is considerably heavier because it has components inside it. Ugh. See what I mean about that, though? I don't know. I don't know if it looks nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's very simple. But that frame 4500X is just so much nicer. Crikey. No, that's on the keyboard, Bob. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. There we go. So this is my frame 4000D build. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I can actually see you guys a bit. And I've lost my auto scroll. There we go. I've been perfect and I appreciate you making such good products. Please continue to pay close attention to the Korean market. Personally, I really hope for the speedy release of the the Maker 75 in Korea. Yes, it is a beautiful keyboard. Do you want to see mine? Lift with those knees. I'm sweating, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't built for this. I ain't built for this at all. I am not that kind of guy. Here we go, though. We are going to... what I'm going to do first off is I'm actually going to lay this on... I'm going to lay it on its back, essentially, because there are a few things that I want to do. I'm going to try... Well, let me take off the top parts first. I'm going to try and... I'm going to try and dismantle this case... take out the... basically dismantle this build, but I'm going to try and take out the AIO and keep the AIO intact and mounted onto the motherboard. It's not necessarily something I'd advise at all, ever, but I'm going to do it because last time we ran out of time. So that's why I'm going to do it, okay? Step might shout at me, but we'll see. You really need to drive up. You really need to drive and collect your Platform 6. I do, don't I? To be fair, if I had my Platform 6, it wouldn't be this one. I would still keep this one. This is just an off-brand, random Amazon one. But I would still keep this one for this purpose, but I would actually replace my main desk and really get the value out of it, and that would be my Platform 6 there. My English is not very good, so please excuse any strange phrasing. Not at all. You've been fantastic. Thank you so much. No, I appreciate it. It's always awesome to get people coming from all parts of the globe, especially people who are interested in our products, right? Because it's a really cool conversation to understand in what markets are available, because I'm not always aware of those things, but also understanding what you want and what you want to see, because it differs in every region. It's really interesting as well. There's a lot of regions that are really specific around really specific things as well. A lot of things that I've kind of learned about, like what kind of parts people like and people don't like, has just been by looking at different countries. It's really cool. I mean, remove the AIO and motherboard. I remove it all the time, but I'm very experienced. I will not suggest everyone does this. Yes, exactly, and that's... I'm not saying I'm experienced in any way, shape, or form, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because. Well, just because, all right? We've got a limited amount of time. Get off my back. I'm joking, of course, but yeah, this should be pretty easy. The one cool thing about this is I don't actually have to clean my case, so that's what you can do instead, folks. You don't have to clean your PC every month or so. You could just buy a new case. Highly recommend. I don't actually recommend that. Just FYI. Oh, I pressed the wrong one. Just FYI, I don't recommend that. Okay. Need a white GPU and motherboard? I do. This is still a bit of a panda build. Hold on. I'm actually going to move this keyboard out of the way because I don't need it now. So I've got a nice little hidey hole under here. Custom 3D printed hidey hole. Right. And I'm probably going to move my phone because I don't really want to put this through my phone. So all good ideas today. And we're going to shift some stuff out of the way. Just going to take the glass panel off as well. I need to stop clicking things. The one thing I do like as well, and one of the things, by the way, this panel, if you do have a frame 4000D, make sure you don't do what I did for like the first 5 times I did this and like pull it to the side. You're actually supposed to undo the captive screws and then pull it towards you ever so slightly, and then you could still just like pull it. You can actually get your finger onto the other side and then pull it off really nice and easy. You'll be able to see where the little grooves are anyway, so just keep an eye on that if you're unsure. I just need to put this down on a tile floor real quick, okay? Bear with me. That's a joke, by the way. Don't ever do that. Don't put this on hard surfaces. It is glass. It breaks. Do you know why? Actually, for those who don't know, the reason it actually breaks is because on a tile floor, if you put something on a tile floor, it actually creates like a bunch of friction, by the way. Riptide's just like, no! You're causing me pain today. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. It's not what I'm here for. I'm actually here to like build a PC, but if I say that to you guys, then it's also remove, before like putting your PC case on its side, remove your little figurines. I've got some little Destiny figurines. I'm gonna move those out. I think I'll still keep those in the new build. Have a little swig. Friction, more like incomprehensible stress. Can I just say a big shout out to Atom, by the way, because we're using their new tool today, and their Atom multi-chat is absolutely seamless. It doesn't have TikTok on there yet, so it's not perfect for me, but for our Corsair streams, this is absolutely fantastic. So shout out to them. Brilliant tool. Absolutely loving it. Why am I taking that off? I don't need that off. I'm taking off the PSU shroud, but I actually don't need to because I'm not taking the PSU out of this just yet. So we don't even need to approach that. First thing that we do need to do, however, is get my lovely little 5070, RTX 5070 out of here. There we go. That was nice and well in, at least. And that's lovely and clean. Actually, I'm going to do these by hand. Bob, the PC builder in the house. How you doing, Freddie? Good to see you, buddy. How's things? I'm going to try and change camera so at least you can see different stuff. I'd just like to point out, and if anybody's like kind of confused why the angles might not be perfect, I do apologize. It is a one-man show at my end. Obviously, we've got the wonderful Lucky and Step in chat. As always, they're fantastic. But from my side of things, it is just me here. There is no one else behind the camera. It is just me. So if you do see some weird camera angles, feel free to tell me that you want to see a different one, all right? It's fine. I won't be offended. But also don't be mean, because I will get upset. I will cry on camera. It's been known to happen. There we go. Just need a little bit more torque than my little thumb had. One man, many talents. I'm just here to... Oh, bully. I was like, did you... Hold on. Did our mod and community manager Just find a way around chat rules. It's bully, but endearingly. That desk is so pretty without the PC on it. It looks really good with a PC on it, but I just realised like how open it is. Maybe I should mount this PC on the wall somewhere. Or maybe I should get a pegboard and mount it on that, because we actually have a 3D printed version, by the way. Right, let me... Now, this is the only thing about this one. When you have a... like a 3070, this motherboard, it's a little hard to get to the little thing, the little latch, so to speak. So I'm just going to be super careful. Oh, hold on. I'm going to be super careful, and then I've realised that's actually in the way. I'm going to be super careful here, because this is my only 50 series. I realised me saying only 50 series is kind of a weird comment, actually, because, like, how many 50 series do you need? But we were super close to getting a 5070 Ti to show off today. Unfortunately, we didn't get that through the door, but we did get the HXI. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. I'm going to go plonk this somewhere safe, because I don't trust me. I trust me about as much as you guys trust me, which isn't a lot. How many 40 series do you have there? I have no 40 series. And I'm going to give you guys a thing, and this is like, and this might be an unpopular opinion. I don't think you should upgrade every generation, if I'm being honest. And this is coming from somebody who generally, like, has a lot more access than most. So it's less of a thing for me to be like, I'm more likely to be able to upgrade, is what I'm trying to say in the nicest possible way. It's probably easier for me to upgrade than most people. And I don't think you should. Just my opinion. I think it's good to wait a couple of generations. And I don't just think this with, like, GPUs, by the way. I think this with a lot of technology. Like, unless there's something substantial that you really feel that you want to upgrade to, I don't think you should. And that might be controversial. I might even get in trouble for saying that. I don't think I will. I'm pretty sure most of the people in the business are mostly, like, in agreement with me as well. But I think the idea of, unless you're, like, actively, this is your, like, main hobby, and you really enjoy really enjoy PC building, and you like doing, like, benchmarking, you like doing all these kinds of tests with it, and you're really going to utilize something like that, utilize each generation's leaps, then fine, absolutely. But I don't think everybody needs to. I used to upgrade every generation that I took an economy to the knee. Like, this is the thing. It's not. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it, and I don't do it anymore. I used to go every generation I'll upgrade, but I didn't in the end. So this is with regular tech. When I actually started PC building, I got a 1080 Ti, which I have actually packed away at the minute. I need to get it out because I want to display it. It's my not 1080 Ti, 1080. Just regular 1080, and then I got a 3070 Founders Edition, and I got a 3080, which is currently in my streaming PC, which is what all this has been passed through. My 3070 is actually in the PC that these cameras are running through, and then I got a 5070, and what I'll basically do is cycle everything around, so my 3070 will actually probably end up in my downstairs PC that runs my, like, media stuff, and on my PC downstairs. 1080, the OG. I want to build it into something like really, like, I want to build it into like an older PC. I want to get an older case. I've seen a couple of Corsair ones that are for sale around near me, like old school ones. And I want to build something like that into them. I just don't quite know what I'm going to use just yet, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the sort of thing I want to do there. Hey, Trev, how you doing, buddy? Few generations old is still really good. It all depends on how you build. And one of the things is a lot of people are like, oh, next gen, and it's great. Don't get me wrong. I love the 5070. And honestly, and this is, again, might be unpopular opinion. I don't think anyone that doesn't do something like editing, rendering, stuff like that needs to go up to a 5080. I think most people would be absolutely perfect, like perfectly happy at 1440p. I'm going to caveat that because I play in 1440p and I think it's the best one to play at personally. Just personal opinion. But I don't think anybody needs to go above a 5070 Ti if you're doing 1440p. Again, personal opinion. But I like the 5070. I really like this 5070. I just want a little bit more VRAM. So I think I like that, yeah. Don't mind next gen as long as I get ads on my... like ads on there. We'll have ads on everything. Someone made a joke one day that, you know, there are certain like fans that have like LCD monitors and stuff like that, and we said it won't be long until there's like ads on those. And you know what? probably true. Right, let's start pulling some things out. Pull out the front panel. We're going to pull out... The cool thing about, by the way, the one thing I really like about this, about swapping out this PC, is this is my gaming PC, but my gaming PC doesn't really have much attached to it outside, like out of the norm. I don't have any of my content creation stuff on this PC. This is the leanest PC I actually have. So in theory, folks, this should actually be pretty quick. What I am going to do, I'm actually going to get the... I might need to actually go get my other screwdriver. I just realised I might have got... Oh no, we're all right. We're all right. Quick turn screws, love me some quick turn screws. I'm just going to take this fan off the back. One, because I'm actually going to need to dismantle everything off of this eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter that I'm taking this off. But I'm not actually going to use this one. I don't think... Oh no, I am going to use this one. That's an actual lie. I lied to you there. I am actually going to be using this one because this is an LX fan. I do need to give it a little bit of a clean. This is an LX fan. Don't ever let them spin, by the way. Don't ever let them spin. Don't like put air through them, letting them spin. You can still clean them with compressed air. Just hold the fan in place. Don't let it do that because it can actually like build up charge. So make sure you don't do that. Ultra wide QHD with old Air 6800 XT and happy. I don't see why you wouldn't be. Lines of chat is crazy. It's fine. LTT screwdriver. I don't have an LTT screwdriver. I have our precision toolkit, which I absolutely adore. And I also have my Hoto electric one, which we're going to be using today as well. This is my personal one. We really need to make our own though. Just throwing that one out there to the product team. Right. I might remove the fans off the bottom as well, just to make my life easier more than anything. Again, I'm not going to be removing much outside of the motherboard, the AIO, and a couple of fans. Because the PSU is going to stay in there. Most of the fans are going to stay in here anyway, so that's fine. And then it's just going to be cable routing. So I might just jump straight into the AIO, if I'm honest. I might just do that. Bang, and the screw was gone. By the way, folks, if you haven't already looked at it, the giveaway is for the brand new HXI Shift power supply unit. This is the first time that the HXI family, hiccup there, HXI family has been with the Shift side connector. So if you want to check that out, definitely go check that out. There's an opportunity for you to win one. Highly recommend it. It's been the thing that there's been two things that I've been really excited about for a very long time. HSI Shift was one of them, and the Frame 4500X as well. Obviously, very excited for the Air 5400 as well when that eventually releases. But I am realizing that I'm out of focus there. What is that? Why is that? Here we go. Is that better? I think it just likes the PC rather than me, doesn't it? It really is. It really is. The case foot is the focal point, isn't it? Hold on. Can I shift that so? Not that I'm vain or anything, but like, look at me. Definitely not vain though. Definitely not vain. Right, we got the quick turn screws there. We got the. Actually, I could put the thumb screws back in because I don't actually need those. I will eventually find out where my back panels are. You look great, senor. Muchísimas gracias, Tombor. Still out of focus? Looks better now. What's the difference between the RMX power supply and the new HXX? I'm going to let Step give you the details on it, but basically the HXI is our most premium of our range. So the RMX, so kind of the way I look at it is like the RME is kind of like a much more entry level. You've got the RMX, which is like kind of like the mid-tier level. It will still manage like pretty much everything and is next-gen ready anyway. But the HXI is like the tippy top of the premium. And if you get the HXI 1500 watt, the reason that's kind of the tippy top because it can do multi GPU via with the native 12 volt 2x6 cables. But I was about to say, Step will have a link for the nitty-gritty of the details, and there is some, I believe there's some things in terms around the testing that's done behind it. I think it's a higher rated one. Correct me if I'm wrong, Step. Again, all the stuff is in there. but it's mostly going to be, it's basically the HXI is the most premium version of our PSUs. But then when you're not looking like workstation ones, this is like the one for every use, you know. But if you say, for example, if you've got a 5090, this is probably the PSU that you want in there. 10-year warranty, Cybernetics Platinum. There we go. Cybernetics Lambda 8. You've actually baffled me a little bit there. I've never even heard of Lambda 8. HSI is platinum rated and the RMX is gold. Yeah, but it's all in the article. Thank you. I didn't want to say it and be like 100% like beat off, but like I thought, you know what, we'll give it a go. We're live. Why not? I'm just getting all the screws out of my my AIO here. The really cool thing about this, by the way, as well, about the Precision Toolkit, is the fact that all your screws, look. Oh, apart from that one, apparently, because that one wanted to run away. So they actually stick in the thingy, which is really cool. I like. Magnets! We love magnets. I still have no idea where magnets come from. Can someone enlighten me? Where do magnets come from? Like, I obviously know how magnets work, and I understand the polarities and all that fun stuff. Do we make them? Are they naturally occurring? How do they work? I'm aware how they work, as in like they go together. I'm probably not aware in like the science of it, but yeah, we make them. Somebody needs to elaborate and, you know, share with the class on how we make magnets, because that's crazy. That's really cool though. It's a meme. It's a meme. You're a meme. Sorry, that was a bit mean, actually. You're not a meme. You're wonderful. Magic! Don't be messing with me, because I'll believe you. I've been playing D&D lately. I've played my second session of D&D. I've been told you can't win D&D, folks. It's a lie. I'm brilliant at it. And I'm totally winning my session. And if you don't believe me, you can ask my DM, because I think he's actually even in chat. Don't you start with that. I tell you what, though, I am winning. They lied to you. I've won plenty of D&Ds. I don't think you're supposed to be able to win them, though. I convinced one of the big bads of the one-shot to... I convinced them to give me all of the information on what was going... Like, you know, the big event. Right? And I almost convinced them to give me their clothes. It was for a real... Like, it was for a thing. It was a plot-driven give me your clothes, by the way. I just want to point that one out. If you can lose, you can win. I like the way you think, Hoff. Soft focus, Bob is back. Look, the real star of the show is the PC. I get that. I get that now. I've come to terms with it. It's fine. I'll cry about it later. Just realize that I'm undoing this, but then when I undo this, I'm actually going to need to take the motherboard out. So it's probably smarter of me to finish taking out the fans at the bottom so I have clearance for the motherboard, and then I can do it that way. Who reckons we can get this done, like, actually within the time frame this time? All I hear is Bob wants to face more dragons. No. No. No, I do not. I do not want to face more dragons. I don't want to face any dragons. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Bob, 20. Yeah. You're not wrong. Hey, geologist here. Magnets are naturally occurring, but we can make them too. That electron spin on the metal ores. If they're all aligned, you have a magnet. If not, you don't. That's so cool. I actually love you, Earthquake Man. And I love that. Oh my God, I love your Twitch name as a geologist is Earthquake Man. That is so cool. That is so cool. I love that. You've made my day, and I've had a really good day. You have made my day. I love that so much. I believe in Bob, but I will deny it if you don't finish in time. So basically, you're with me if I win. You're not if I lose. Got it. Understood. I need just to see a thing, because I just realised that I need to make sure that all of my Yes, all my videos that I put out actually went out. You guys can go tell me how good my videos are, by the way, if you like. That's absolutely fine. I won't be upset. If you want to check out my stuff, by the way, because I do a lot of Corsair things, basically where all of the initial videos for the stuff that I do for Corsair actually go out onto my channels first. So if you guys want to check that out, it's Bob Duck and Weave. I think if you put ! Bob in chat, you'll actually see all my stuff. I really don't know why it's focusing just on there. You can buy a fun piece of kit that magnetizes and demagnetizes your screw bits. I have that on my Hoto one, actually. Oh, I already know that technically. I should have known that, sorry, technically, shouldn't I? Because I actually have that on my screwdriver set. Hey, that's hype. How you doing over there on YouTube? I love this combined chat, by the way. Exclamation mark Bob, not Dob. That's where you went wrong. Is the chat moderator here? Yes, we have Lucky and we have Step here with us today. Right, I'm going to do this, and I just want to point out that these, and I couldn't really show you this, but these fans were held on, right, just as we were talking, by that one screw still, and only that one screw. And I love that they're held on by that one screw, because guess why? Because magnets! Because they're magnetized. I love it. Sorry, Hoff. I'm sorry, Hoff. I'm very new to you joining chat, so I do apologize. And I just didn't think. I am sorry. That is my fault. Chat notices you. Chat perceives you. I perceive you, Hoffman. I am sorry. That was very bad of me. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I just realized how dusty those bottom fans are because I have a very dusty room. However, I have this. I have a little dust mitt, which is really helpful when you're cleaning fans, because you could just do this and you don't need to use compressed air. And I love this. Just buy new ones. This is true. I should just buy new ones, but technically, I don't buy any of it anyway, and they won't send me any more. Apparently, 30 fans is more than enough. Whatever. It's true, Bob does not think. I don't. It's not a trait that I embody. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful! One cool thing about the HX I shift, by the way, which I love, because this always used to happen. You just used to have them in like plastic things or separated into different things. All the PSU cables now come in a separate box, and that's a box that I'm going to keep because I never use all the cables. I don't think anybody ever uses all of the cables at once anyway. So I'm going to keep the cables in there. I thought it was a really nice touch. Only 30, that's so little for this one. Now, how many fans do I have in here, actually? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the 6500. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in this one, which is really weird because this is a way small case. I've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 in the frame 9 in the frame 5000D builds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the 3500X build. But that's probably going to go up soon because I'll have some spare fans from here. So yeah, I have and obviously we have the pre-installed ones on the 4500X. I have a 4500. Should I fill it with fans and see how many fans you can fit in there? Yes, absolutely. I don't know if I'm going to use my RX fans from here because I have some RX fans that I had from the radiator, but I swapped those out with LXs, and I kind of just want to have all LXs in the new one, so I'm probably just going to do that. Right, here we go. We're getting there though, folks. We're getting there. I could try and do a push-pull. I don't think I want to do a push-pull on this one, just because time. But maybe if we do have time and we're feeling confident, maybe I will. Just want to check if everything else is unplugged here. I've obviously got to get to the top connectors. Oh, I forgot. This is the frame 4000D. I can do it from the top here. I mean, it's still easier if I get the AIO off, but the fact that you can actually get to them there is really cool. Right. Always take your screws off diagonally, as in take out, leaving the top left and the bottom right, which is what I've done here. Leave those till last, because then it doesn't sag or hang off or do anything silly like that. And I've just accidentally overextended myself there and lobbed one of the screws. That's fine. Beautiful. There is, as hype, there's someone specific you need to talk to. Oh no! Oh, old Bob was so efficient. And I've stealthed my AIO tubes, and now I have to cut them out. Give me 2 seconds. I need a right, we're going hunting. We're going hunting into other rooms, folks. I need a little pair of scissors. Little pair of skizzers. Here we go. If there's someone specific I need to speak to, we have unfinished business. Okay. Mods, if we could have a look at that, that would be fantastic over there on YouTube. Thank you very much. What's the code? Quadratic? Yes. What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Something's happening over on YouTube. I have no idea what it is, but everybody, it seems, whoever is modding the Corsair YouTube chat is very excited for As Hype, and I'm very excited by extension. If old Bob was so efficient, then this Bob is less efficient. Is this older Bob? Yes, it is absolutely older Bob. Here we go. Right, so I'm going to realize that I've done this a little bit wrong, because I should have actually unplugged the IQ Link cable out the back, but that's fine. We can just plug it out the front. That's not a problem. Not a real issue, to be honest. Move my phone so I don't break it again. It's you over at YouTube. I thought it was, Lucky. We're doing well. This is a good pace that we've got going right now. But now, because I'm lazy, I'm going to switch to my electric, or my battery-powered screwdriver to get the, annoyingly, I'm saying this, let's try and, hold on, should we try and magnetize this? Hold on, folks. Let's try and magnetize it. So I'm supposed to be able to magnetize it by holding it on here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Magic! I want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. I did until it fell off. Oh, that was mildly embarrassing. Thank you, magnets. Very helpful. Maybe I need to leave it for more than 5 seconds. You're a wizard, Bob. You sell it. I did. Maybe I'll leave it on there longer. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Depends on how cheeky I want to be around whether I want to actually disconnect the IQ Link. If I want to disconnect the IQ Link cables from the top here, or if I want to disconnect them from the back and pull them. I think I'm going to disconnect them from the top. I'm going to create issues for myself if I leave them there. So I love these little bits that you can add. Hold on, let me give you a better view here. Little bits that you can add around pulling these around. Much better. A screw has been offered to the chassis abyss. We're hoping everything else is going to go well now because we've sacrificed the screw. It is customary after all. Give a little bit of tough love to the CPU power cables. My IQ Link cable's trying to get back in on the action. They're like, no! Sacrifices must be made, indeed. I love how easy it is to get to these parts, though. It's so much nicer than when you don't have this this area on the top to be able to get to them. So nice. Right. Let's get the difficult ones first. Come on. Right. Are we going to have to double do this? Okay. I'm using the Corsair one because it's way better magnetized. But I'm using this one just because it's a bit quicker to actually unscrew them. I'm saying that, and at that point, the end's too big to actually connect to this one. Crikey. Okay, I'm going back to the Corsair one. I feel like there's generally a better success rate with this one, so let's just do this. We'll try one more time. Oh, you fit in there. Okay, cool. It was just the one. Eee, look at that. I have 40 less. Hold on. 40. Right now I have 47 fans. Oh, you're literally filling the case itself. You're literally... When you said put fans in there, I thought you meant like actually mount them. But you're like, no, I'm going to see how many actual fans I could fit inside the case. You are such a troll. I did not see where that screw went. I did not see where that screw went. That is not actually as good as I was hoping for. That's fine. We'll find it later, I'm sure. Troll level infinite. That is actually a pretty impressive level of troll. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good troll. I miss good trolls. Trolls that want to make you laugh, not mean trolls that call me chunky. Which has happened on this channel, I'd just like to highlight. And it's not that I don't know. I'm just flagging that one. I do know. I am aware. I just don't like being told all the time, that's all. Right. Where are we? Is that everything? I think that's everything. And with that, in one fell swoop, and one last check. Yep. Boom. It's out. Found the screw. And I definitely probably shouldn't have lifted that the way I lifted it, but I did, and it worked, so it's fine. Wood ram toppers are so good. You like the wood ram toppers? Well, stick around. I know you have to, actually, Lucky, but everyone else, stick around because we're going to be showing you some more really cool related things. So there's going to be some really cool stuff in here shortly. Actually, I need to remind a certain person that is happening. Actually, I tell you what, I might enlist somebody in chat. Doc, if you're still about, can you please drop Ben a DM and let him know that we're going to be showing his stuff today? If you haven't already. I did message him earlier, but he didn't get back to me, so I'm just curious if we could do that. That'd be amazing. I need to strip this now. I need to strip this down. How best to do it? We've got our XLRs here, so that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that, pal. Very much appreciated. Do you want to see my cable management that I did for this before? Like, I don't think it was terrible. It definitely wasn't my best work. But like, oh, wrong way. I've done worse. You know what I mean? It's not terrible. You know? You can take the side fan tray out on its own and drop that into the 4500X. I would do, except from the fact that the 4500X already has the fans in that spot. So I don't think I need to. However, I do need. I've got two. These are my LXRs, aren't they? Yeah. So I've got two. I was talking, case. I do have two LXRs that I'm going to be putting on the bottom anyway. So I have. I swear that's too hard. There we go. So I've already got these, so that's not a problem. I just need to pull the PSU cables out, really, because those are the premium ones that are white ones. And I think that's it. I really don't think there's much else to do on that in that regard. So we're pretty much just going to steam ahead. I'm leaving the RX fans in here. I'm taking these out. I've got my exhaust. Just double checking. My LX fan for exhaust. I've got these two for the bottom of the case. I've got the ones mounted on my AIO for the top of the case. This is for the rear for exhaust. And I think we're good. I think we're good. So in actual fact, I don't even think we'll need those. And those fans will actually end up going in my other build, which will make that look even nicer. Lovely jubbly. There is a giveaway today. The giveaway today is for a brand new product as well. It's for the HXI Shift PSU, which literally dropped today. So definitely check that out. Right, let's start pulling cable. Let's start pulling cables like we're pulling teeth. Let's do it. And we can actually be really cheeky and leave all of our oh, I love this. I love these. I love the thingies. The Rapid Route. This is Rapid Route 2.1, by the way. So, Rapid Route version 1, by the way, not 2.1. Rapid. I went to say Rapid Route 2.0, but it's not. It's the first version. We're just going to pull all of these white IQ Link cables out, along with the premium cable. Oh, whoops. Pulled that one all the way out. A little bit too forceful with that one I was. We're going to pull that out of here as well. Again, these cables are all in there, but I'm just getting these out because we are going to strip this anyway. I'm glad Bob could say that quickly. Yeah, definitely. Right, I need a receptacle for these. Do I have a receptacle for these? I don't think I do. Hold on. I need to find a good, spot for these. Should have a little box somewhere. We got a little box somewhere? A little box, anybody? Oh, this looks like a good box. Hold on. Not a good box. Oh, man. Actually, don't ask how, but it all of a sudden became a good box. And it is a really cool box because it's got magnets on it. And it's white. Hello, Ben. The build transplant is actually going really well, my friend. I think I'm doing all right on time. What are we at? 3? That's not bad. We've been doing this for an hour. Should be able to transplant it back into the new case in about an hour and a half, which brings us to what, 4:30, which leaves us with an extra hour, which is pretty good considering we spent a bit of time talking about the HXI PSU as well. I've turned off auto scroll. How did it become a good box? Just took everything out of it. just grabbed everything. I was like, that'll do. Right, here we go. Just grab PSU cables out. I might print out some whites. Might do some 3D printed white cable combs. There is actually should be some on printables, by the way. Ernesto, good morning to you. How are you doing? Oh, that was supposed to be a secret, by the way. But yes, we will be showing off some additional wood mods that were created by our ambassador Banjo Benji, who's in chat, and also a good friend of mine. Yeah, we're going to be showing off a lot of stuff like that. I think you guys are going to like it, though. I'm not going to tell you what. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Lucky's already ruined some of the surprise. No, I'm joking. No, but I'm actually not going to tell you what Ben has made for us today, but you will get to see it all, and it is very exciting. And I need to pull this mess of cables out of here right now. So let me just disconnect all of these and pull all of these out. I have actually cable managed these a little bit too well. And I say a little bit too well. I don't mean a little too well. I meant I actually took the PSU out so I could get that one through. It wasn't supposed to go that way, but it was just a smidge cleaner. So I was like, I'm doing that. Why not? I say, why not? Right, can I pull you out without completely wrecking you, please? There we go. Don't want to lose my cable combs. You stay on there, please. You were looking all pretty and I've just messed up your hair now, haven't I? We'll be interested to see what happens if all fans were set to exhaust or intake only. I will do that, not on mine. Did I miss something? Oh, did auto mod catch you? I just see he's like, sorry, shut. Oh, is Ben saying naughty things in chat? Do we have to ban Ben? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Not a great start, my friend. Not a great start. Remember how I said he was a friend of mine? That wasn't true. I don't know that guy. I don't know that guy. Assist, I don't know, Chance. I feel like, well, you did the command, so it's your responsibility now. Let's just be nice to whoever ends up with this case and have that nicely mounted there. We are not going to take that one out because there's literally no point. I'm going to take this one out, however, because it is obstructing my abilities. Oh, no, it's not. There we go. I can stay there then. So, remember how I said about this? IQ Link System Hub. No need for it anymore. I do actually have 2 in here, and I'm not entirely sure what... Oh, it was an experiment to actually see if we could get more devices in there. But yes, we obviously don't need to. But yeah, there we go. Right, let's start taking cables out of here. Hey, Tamara. How you doing? Typing quickly at work, it doesn't work. Well, it seems. No, it does not. It does not. I would not recommend. So for those who are curious, this PSU that I'm pulling stuff out of now was obviously a shift, because obviously I'm doing this outside. Makes my life so much easier. And the really cool thing is, I actually get to lose a couple of these cables, because PCIe 1, don't need that. 24 pin, definitely do need, so we need to keep that one. Yep, 24 pin, so we definitely need to keep that one. But there's another PCIe one that I don't need to keep, which is pretty hefty. Here's my... I'm like, that's my GPU, but it's plugged into the... I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Just ignore me. Just ignore me, chat. Okay? Yeah! It's in the PSU. In the PSU. So cool. These are the CPUs. This is the CPU. GPU's there. Motherboard's there. So that's good. And do I actually need any of these? I don't need either of these. So these cables now are gone. Not only that, hold on. Let me just show you everything that this I'm not getting that out, am I? That is not going to come out unless I take the PSU out. I'm going to have to take the PSU out to get that last cable. Obviously, we keep all the IQ Link cables, although we could probably remove a couple of them just because of the length of what I had to do with the last ones. But these 2 cables here, all of this, and all of this. So just to give you a bit of an idea, all of that is gone now. Like, none of this. Hold on, let me drop this down so you guys can see it. None of these cables, all of those are gone now. We don't need those anymore. How good is that? I'm genuinely actually loving this, because it just means less stuff for me to do. I know that sounds really lazy, and it is, but I don't care. Right, those can disappear into the ether for now. That's fine. And I'm just going to... Oh, look at me. I only did the captive screws because this PC really didn't move around a lot. Don't do that. But yeah, there you go. And I also, remember how I was like, I need a box to put this all in so it doesn't get mangled or caught on anything? And then I immediately ignored my own advice and then just went and did it anyway. Yep, that's me. That's me. Hold on, let me pull all these over here. Ugh, beautiful. Okay, so technically, although I should probably grab the PSU out now, technically, this is stripped for the most part. I'm going to take out a couple of fans, but PSU is out. This is, again, the RM1000X shift. Let me show you a little bit closer. Ooh. All the noodles. There's a bit of dust there. Whew. Oh, I can smell colours now. Right, let's pull that off. And we're going to go drop this under here for a little minute. With that, the Frame 4000D will return in this stream, okay? Much like the Avengers, the Frame 4000D will actually return. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the blessings. Thank you very much. The beauty of it is I should have saved quite a bit of time now. But it is time now to bring in the frame 4500. Where did I put it? Oh, it's there. I'm getting better to an extent. To an extent. Az, thank you so much. You'll be back on December 3rd with my results. Remember me? I will, Az. I don't know what exam you passed, but congratulations. I'm hyped for you. Ordered the Edge today. Anything I should know? You should know it's amazing. You should definitely look at touch-based or idle games if you want to have something as an extra piece there. In terms of having temperatures, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't use it for that. I used it for like a couple of days to understand that, but IQ does a great job of that anyway. So I don't really care about that, especially because I have my coolant temp on my LCD monitor. So I'm not really fussed about that, if I'm being brutally honest. What I use it for is a separate screen. I've used it a lot for D&D. You can actually use it with the D&D Beyond website to do rolls and everything like that. It's so cool. So if you try and look at creative ways of using it rather than just going, oh, I'm just going to use it for this basic thing that Corsair have said to use it for. There are so many unique use cases, the same way as with Stream Deck, that you could do so much stuff with it. I have mine that is a virtual Stream Deck, and it's got like 70 buttons on it. It's great. Idle fishing games, yep. RuneScape is great on it. Like, I definitely don't play that during meetings. But yeah, like, there's so many cool things you can do with it. Definitely have a look. When we have a PSU that can be cable-oriented, any direction you move the cables, go into the PSU from the PSU, like a Rubik's Cube. Oh, to like turn it. Do you know what I actually want? Do you know what I actually really want? I want a PSU that has like a spool on it that you can wind the cables up to like make them like tidier, and just have it like, you plug it in and then it can pull into like a section, like in a separate attachment maybe, that you could just use to pull the cables inwards, so it like makes everything like really nice and snug, not tight, but like, yeah. Bring back the RGB PSUs. Did you see the see-through one? That was sick. I don't know like what you'd get out of that, because most of the time it's like enclosed and hidden away, but like, it's really cool. Like, in fact, yeah. Well, I was thinking more like a spool. I actually have a 3D printed version somewhere of what I mean, but not like for inside a PC, just like a regular cable. But yeah. Right, here we go. I'm gonna very carefully drop this here. Not drop this. That was a bad choice of words. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna kind of shift some of this stuff out of the way. For those of you who haven't seen this before, let me drop this down for you a little bit. For those of you who haven't seen this before, this is the Frame 4500X. Absolutely stunning case. Love it so much. Been waiting for it for a while. There's a really nice, easy way you can do this. And it's a lot easier. I will say it's a lot easier than Frame 4000D. You literally just click here, slide off, and then you could just pull the whole thing away and put it on some tile floor. I'm joking. But look how easy that was. So much easier than I've ever had with a case like this. Very, very nice. One of the cool things about this as well, I'm just going to show you guys this. This is something that I didn't realize until I checked it out last night. But this entire panel here just pops straight off. Lovely and easy. You don't even, if you need to like mess around with stuff in the back, like cable management or things like that, you don't even need to take that off. You literally, you don't even need to take the fan part off. You can leave that fan part on and just take this off. Really nice, easy access. Obviously, we're going to take the things off because we're going to be, actually, we only really need to take the top off. We only really need to take the top off here. So I'm actually just going to do that. So I'm only going to take the top part on here, because the fans in this version, actually in both versions of this case, these are the LXR. This is the LXR version. So this actually has reverse rotor LXR fans in here, like 3 120s, already pre-mounted, pre-installed, and pre-routed into the IQ Link Hit System Hub, which would be great. Would be amazing if we weren't going to pull it out, because we've got the HXI today. But yes, if you don't have the HXI PSU, if you don't have a HSI Shift PSU, apologies, then you can actually literally just pull that away. Oh, I'm just realizing I do have to take the back off. Okay, well, fine. I was going to try and get away with it And I realise I'm pulling at the wrong part, so I'm just going to pull at the bottom there, pull that off. Somebody asked earlier, yes, dust filters. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm assuming you can see it pretty well from there. But there you go. The curve patterns are the nice. Well, honestly, my favourite thing about them. My favourite thing about the design of this case is those the waterfall pattern on the top. Genuinely love it. There you go, nice and easy. This one doesn't actually. I said it did, but this one, the top part doesn't actually have the mesh on it. Unless it is in the accessories box, which I haven't actually looked in yet, which I should probably look in rather promptly. Although, I seem to have misplaced the box, so give me 2 seconds while I find it. Okay, we have the accessory box here, and it doesn't, so there isn't a mesh on the top. Apologies, folks. I thought it did, but that is my bad. There we go. It is very pretty though. The Y pattern is actually in there. Yes, you can actually see the Y pattern is actually throughout the design, which I'm a big fan of. Captive screws on the top, but the back just pops off, nice and easy. Side has a non-removable filter and bottom has a slide out filter. Let me just show you that one. Top does not have a filter. There you go, slide out filter there. Again, with the design. Nice and done. That was so easy to get apart. Way easier than I was expecting, in fact. We do, let me just show you this. God, it's so light now. As soon as you take the glass off, it's really light. As you can see, obviously here, we've got the IQ Link system hub that's already literally attached with the cable tie as well, which is really nice. But like I said, we don't need that in this build today, so we're actually going to take that off. I could just leave it there, but I want to make this as clean as possible. And obviously, because I can actually... Well, I don't even need to. Do we leave it there? No, we want less cables, less clutter. We're going to take it out. The front removal filters. So there's honestly so much stuff about this case is just absolutely stunning. Yeah, as it's mostly out. Exactly. That's a really good point, actually. All right, we're going to filter those out there. Yank that off. Look, none of that. Don't need any of it. I'm not going to throw it. It's still very valuable to have those. Okay, so let's have a look. Try not to land this on anything. Right, here we go. So obviously this is already done. As Step said, I could have actually taken off the tray from the Frame 4000D and just whacked it in here. It would have been a great example, except obviously it's already got the fans pre-installed. In terms of the top, we do have InfiniRail. So InfiniRail is still here, so you can just adjust this to be able to go to whatever size you need. I do actually need to kind of like... I should be all right. Actually, I was about to say I should size that up. Actually, I can size that up with a single fan just to check if it is the right measurements. It is not, so we are just going to ever so slightly rectify that. So we're just going to whoop. And the beauty of this is we can just nicely and easily move it. And there is a little, I don't know how well I can show you this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and show you this, okay? Let's see if we can do this. I think we can. Look at this. Okay, so this is in the InfiniRail system here. And what you can actually do, I don't know if you can see just down here. It might be a little bit too bright. I'll try and cast a little bit of a shadow on it, maybe. Hold on. Where's my shadow? Okay, that's not helping. So bright. Can you see that little yellow line on there? And the little words? Hold on. Let's try this camera. Can you see them? Slightly? Okay. Well, trying to think how I can do this effectively without breaking myself and the case. Let's try it this side. I'm going to try and bring it right up close to you. Can you guys see that now? This is what happens when you're a one. Yeah, the 120, 140, 160. Exactly. So basically what you can do is really quickly and easily just undo that, slightly undo the screw that's just been sat on there. Raise this up again so you can see it. just slightly undo the screw, and then you could just move it into the right position. So we are going to move it as far as we can over to this side, because that is the 120 slot. Oh, wrong one, sorry. And then just tighten that ever so slightly again, so it's nicely in place. Done! Easy! Easy as pie, as they say. So, with that in mind, actually I'm going to do this way around, because you guys should be able to see it a little bit better on the other view. So we are going to go ahead and drop our motherboard directly in. Before I do that, I may, however, actually take out the GPU sag bracket, because I'm going to be running a 5070 in this. I don't tend to need this, but it does come with that anti-sag bracket directly in there, if you guys can see that there. So just in there, and that is, let me just make sure I'm unscrewing the right thing here. Let me definitely make sure I'm unscrewing the right thing. Yep, there we go. Literally just unscrew these little screws at the back here. 1 and 2. And you can take the entire bracket off. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Easy as pie or pie? Neither are easy. Wait, hold on. Eating pie is easy. Unless you're got a gluten intolerance, I feel like eating pie is easy. What type of pie? What if the pie is hot? Sacrifices have to be made, folks. That's what happens. Right. Okay, one of the things I am going to do, I'm going to try and be a little bit intelligent about this. No, yeah, I am going to be trying to be a bit of intelligent about this. I'm going to put the thing that's going to be hardest to fit in here first. And that is actually going to be the motherboard. So we're just going to do that straight away. If I do the motherboard first and the AIO, we are like 90% of the way of being done. So I'm just going to do that. That's going to make my life easier. It's going to make your viewing experiences a little bit easier. And then we can pretty much just go to cable management, which is actually kind of crazy when you think about it. Again, probably not how I should be transporting this motherboard, but I'm going to go ahead and just very nicely and easily lower that in, trying not to break anything. Actually, I'm going to drop the AIO, not drop, again, I need to better choice of words. I'm going to plonk the AIO down there and line up my IO. That dropped very nicely and lovely into place. And then we're going to just screw it all back in. Oh, hold on. Did I get my screw from over there? Yeah, I think I did. If you expense PC building. How do we mean? What did I do? If I expense it and not buy it myself, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, tech nerd. Interesting to see how the cable management turns out. Same, honestly. My cable management sometimes leaves something to be desired, but I feel like we should have a bit of ample opportunity today to actually properly cable manage. But I also want to show you the really cool things that Ben's made. So what I'm probably going to do is do some initial, like, basic cable management. And then we are going to quickly shift over back to the Frame 4000D so you guys can see that. If you haven't entered into the giveaway, by the way, yet, folks, please make sure you do. We're giving away a HXI PSU, which is literally out today. So if you want to win one of those for yourself, definitely go check that out. You should be seeing some creator content roll out soon. But if you haven't, if you want to see some of the content that's out there, myself and Nerdy Netty, the wonderful Netty, have both done videos. And I just want to say big shout out to Netty. Big shout out to Netty. And technically to me by extension, but more focused on Netty, getting a video out in such a short time frame. She's amazing. So GG's for Netty. She will actually be here on Thursday, by the way. And I will potentially be joining her. You did do the thing, and you did it. Guys, this is Netty's best video for us. She was so good. It was so natural, and it was really funny. And I had a great laugh, and it was beautifully shot. And I gotta say, props. absolute props. And I know Nettie's been worried about like her setup and in terms of like shooting really good content, but she nailed it. And you should all go watch it. You all go check her out on socials as well. Yeah, great work. Absolutely great work. Nettie is a pro. Absolute pro. Right. Well, I've got one motherboard screw left. I feel like I should be concerned about that. Unless this wasn't a motherboard screw. It was. There it is. So I must have got the screw back from there then. Lovely. Motherboard is in. AIO and everything else is in as well, obviously, because that's already mounted. We just need to mount the AIO now. Nice and easy. Oh, I love how quick and easy this is going to be, folks. And as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it from that view. Let me just drop it in here. I'm actually going to technically cable manage my AIO by having it all stealthy like in the back there. So that's going to be nice and easy to do. Oh, apologies. Give me 2 seconds. There was a little... That wasn't meant to slide. Right. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to be trying to be a little bit smart about this because I'm not actually going to screw all of the screws in at once because I actually want to be able to shift this about. And remember how I said do it diagonal? In this particular occasion, I'm just going to do it at the top, so all the weight's on there, just while I figure out where I actually need to have this going. I'm going to probably put it as close as I can to the front so the back fan has the most amount of space. Just seems like a smart thing to do, which we're actually going to look at doing now. So if I'm going to pre-think about this because I'm just, obviously when I'm doing this, I want to make sure that I've got the connectors on the right side. So if you guys have seen this before, the connectors for this camera is very bright. The connectors here, you'd have them like they're connected into each other via the two like little bits that you get in here. There's a connector that you get on this side, and then there's just a little plastic piece that keeps this one together. I want to make sure that that's facing as close as it can to the back, so this is nice and cable managed. So as you can see, it's on that side, so I'm actually going to plonk it there, which means the cable can go as far back as possible, and then just obviously not interfere with anything. I'm going to say, folks, I'm actually really chuffed with how quickly this is coming together, because we took way too long on the last build, but this one's nice and easy case swap. Lovely jubbly. This is how we should be doing. This is how we should be doing builds and case swaps and everything from now on. I think just a little bit quicker than that I did on the last one. Case is super clean, super clean. If you want to check it out, by the way, there will be a link in chat. I think you just have to put 4500X exclamation mark 4500X in chat, and it should appear as if by magic. Actually, I'm going to drop this down ever so slightly. Just want to get this a little bit closer so I get a little less, again, just better clearance on the fan itself, to just make sure the airflow is as optimal as possible. Quick turn screws, I love them. There we go. Thank you, Ryan, as well. I appreciate you dropping the command in there too. There we go, lovely jubbly. Back fan, rear exhaust fan is in. Fans are up on the AIO. These are the LX fans as well. LXR fans pre-mounted. We're going to drop 2 at the bottom here, and then we're going to put the PSU in, folks, and then we're pretty much done. we're doing, this is good. This is going well. So far, I'm just going to bear that in mind. That so far does not necessarily mean it will continue to go very, very well, but we are hoping that it will. The glass would be awful. Just want to clean it daily, though. That's not a bad thing. Next to godliness, you know. Remember how I said that I didn't want to do that? Remember how I said I didn't want to do that because I wanted to make sure it was in the right position and then actually forgot to screw the rest in? Genius. Actual genius. Right, now I know where I want it to go. I'm going to secure it nice and easy. Speedrun build. Tried to speedrun it a bit too much there. Tried to glitch it, but apparently you do actually need to attach the AIO. So that's the thing. This is going quite nice. Can you guys hear the screwdriver? I'm just very aware that, like, I'm not entirely sure how much noise cancellation this mic has, but... You can hear it? Okay. Hopefully not too annoying. Hopefully it's more like ASMR and not like, you know, nails on a chalkboard. I quite like the sound, but I'm aware that not everybody likes the same sounds. That's cable managed itself, pretty much. Like the AIO tubes, they've pretty much cable managed themselves, which is very helpful. Hold on, just realised that I want to have these screws, which are the end screws, which are just ever so slightly longer. I'm just going to have the longer ones in the corners. Which might seem a bit silly, but I feel like it's absolutely fine, because on this build, I managed to somehow misplace my screws, which is very smart of me. It's a nice GW. GW? The only GW I'm aware of is the AI inside Metal Gear. Anybody remember that? Sons of Liberty? Any Metal Gear fans in the house? That's what I want to know. Metal Gear. What's the RAM? The RAM is Dominator Titanium RAM, and it has, well, I have two 16 gig sticks of DDR5 Dominator Titanium RAM, but the RAM itself has custom RAM toppers. Games Workshop. Oh, right. Okay, my bad. A security camera? You did not like the last one, as the last Metal Gear, as in Phantom Pain, or the remade Snake Eater? Or Survive? If you mean Survive, we don't even count that, so it's fine. Bob's toxic gaming opinions seeping into the Corsair streams now. Yeah, so they're custom RAM toppers. Actually, these custom RAM toppers are designed by Banjo Benji. I'll give you a little bit of a closer view in a second, but he actually made them for me. I absolutely adore them. I will be shifting those when I actually get some black. I'm currently running Dominator Titanium in my build over there, my main workhorse build. When I eventually get some Dominator Titanium RAM, I'm actually going to move the wood stuff over to that one, because that's a wood, like dark wood and black PC. So it probably fits there a bit better than this one, but also I friggin' love it, so I had to put it in a build. So it had to be in one of my builds. That's fair enough, Chai. That's fair enough. I get that. We're all going to have our own preferences as well. But as it's a really good point about the I/O. We will actually be. We have actually showcased some I/O panels which are like Pro I/O panels, which will be interchangeable. Which is why, if you see, I'm just going to show you this. If you see that this cabling here that's coming out from the front I/O, and you're like, oh, why is that show there? Why isn't it just like hidden away and completely integrated so you can't get at it? It's so you can actually pass that through and replace if you want to replace the front I/O. But there you go. I really do like this front I/O where it's like flat. It's going to be really clean on my desk. I just knock. Ah, wait, that's 4, isn't it? That's Metal Gear Solid 4. Hopefully we get that in the next Master Collection. I'm desperate to play that again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy a PS3 at some point. Right. Okay, I need to get some of this cabling out. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, we're just going to pull all this out, and then we'll remanage that in a second. Actually, I don't need to pull that one out. Don't pull that one out. Right, okay. So, this is IQ Link cable coming from here. I probably don't need this long of an IQ Link cable. In fact, I'm just going to pull that one all the way out, because we don't need it anymore, because we can actually just filter that down all the way through. So I'm probably going to have the AIO. No, I'm not actually. No, I'm not. I'm going to try and do some interesting things here. We're going to see if we can do some interesting things here. I'm probably going to have a fan mount, like the fans mounted at the bottom, and then run that cabling down round by this side. I've got a couple of ideas in terms of how I want to do the IQ Link cabling, but for the most part, yeah, it's going to be a bit different than that. You can go through here. Sorry, I'm realizing that I'm not really showing you guys much here, so let me just turn this around so you can see a bit better. So I'm just going to run, that's my F panel. So I'm going to run you down and under, and through just at the front. Here we go. Where's my front panel? There we go. For a second there, I thought I'd lost my front panel. Actually, just want to make sure that I'm getting this on the right side, which is there, yes. Beautiful, lovely, that was nice and easy. Oh man, it's so much nicer building in, like, every time I get to build now, it's like in a newer case, and it's just such a nice experience to build in case, like really nice, cool, brand new cases. Your life's just made so much easier. Like compared to like when I first built my first PC to now, night and day, absolutely night and day. So good. So those are managed there. So the only thing that I'm going to need to do is re-manage this. I did think I didn't need to move that, and I was like, oh, I'll take it off. Did not pan out well. Apology, am I missing anything on chat, by the way? Black motherboard and everything else is white. Oh no, I'm sorry. I only have, because just to clarify, by the way, folks, we don't make motherboards here at Corsair, which is a shame because I think we do a great job because our engineers are great. But it means that we have to use what we're given or what we have. And I will, at some point, be getting a white motherboard. However, at the minute, I don't have one. So I am currently... Stop it. I'm currently looking to get one. But before I do, I'm focusing on functionality over aesthetics. So I'm going to be looking at getting a 5070 Ti. Is going to be my next upgrade, just in general. And then from there, my next upgrade will actually be a white motherboard. So I completely agree with you. Having a white motherboard in a white build is much more optimal than what I'm doing right here, but we all have our limitations, folks. We all have our limitations. Does that wood have it? It is wood. That is actually walnut wood. That is actually walnut wood. That's, again, can we just get another shout out for Ben? Banjo Benji, who is in chat over here on Twitch. He actually made these. And there is a version... There is a version, actually, which we could show today. We'll come back to that in a minute. It will be a live test. But there is a version that we could show today that might be quite interesting. Yes, you can 3D print. You can make your own. It's really cool. You can actually do whatever you want to do that. I love the wood accents on the round. Not wood accents, literally wood. Literal wood. What's the Mobo again? This is a... Which one is this one? It's a Z890 Aorus. I was trying to remember which one this one was because I've been using the Z890 Eagle Wi-Fi 7 from Aorus as well, from Gigabyte. Sorry, same thing. You know what I mean? You all know what I mean. But yes. Okay, right. How do we want to manage this? Because in theory, I should have. This connects to here. Yep. Okay, where am I? Where are those cables? Where have I put my cable box? Right. Right, got all my cables, my IQ Link cables here. Lovely jubbly. Also, very aware that I need to get my USB-C cable that I had plugged in there, which I may have misplaced or forgotten or all of the above. It actually I maybe left it in the case. Let me just double check. Where are you? You jammy sausage, where are you? Oh. Maybe I didn't leave it in the case. Where have I put that then? That's a good question, Bob. Where did you put that? Okay, there is my... Yep, that's fine. Those are the right ones. Those are in the right places. I seem to have misplaced one of my USB cables for the AIO, but we can find that in a second. No immediate panic anyway. There we go. That's fine. We'll get back to that later. Unless... Nope. I'm going to find it like in a really inconspicuous place. I'm going to go, ah, yeah, that was a bit silly of me. But I'm pretty sure I will find it shortly. Who put What the what? Who puts jam on a sausage? I don't know. Just a thing. Just a thing I say, okay? Oh my gosh, guys. Look at my back. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that this will still work, but this one is black, so I want the white one. I want the white one! I want the white one to match my white PC. That doesn't technically match, because it's got a white motherboard. Yeah, that's really strange, because I could have swore it was 2 IQ Link cables plugged into there. But it obviously couldn't have been. Because that wouldn't make any sense, would it? We're having, it was never a Bob stream. It's never a Bob build stream unless we've misplaced the cable, is it? Like we have to, I feel like it's like ritual. There we go. Ignore me. It's absolutely fine. I found it. Here it is. And it's a really nice one because it's angled too. Hold on. Woo. No, don't blame me. I found it. No. I actually love, hold on, let me see if I can show you on this view. I actually love that I can get to the USB from here. So I can actually see down here from where I'm actually, because anybody who's ever used the SCART cable will know it's really hard to get a cable into something where you can't see where it's going. This makes my life so much easier. Okay, so I'm going to filter that out by the top. Start the back here. It's actually a recipe that people do. I don't know if it's Midwest, but they cook meatballs in a grape jelly and chili sauce. It's pretty dang good. Okay. Okay, so you all saying I was crazy for a second there, but actually we're all like, nah, actually you might be onto something now. Is that what I'm hearing? Right. Okay, these are going to go through to here. This can go into... Huh? Ah, no. This is how we want to run it. This is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to run this one into... No, because I want to run the fans back this way. So I'm actually just going to run that. Yeah, I don't really want to mess around too heavily with this. I kind of want to... So one of the things is, and this is one of the things where you can do with IQ Link, there's certain ways you can route it and certain things that you can do. I'm going to try and do this in the slickest, nicest possible way and hide the cables as best as I can. The only thing is, when I try and hide things the best as I can, I might end up with too many cables. And we want to have like 2 endpoints, basically. So I'm going to try and run the ones at the bottom here, like the ones at the bottom here that I'm going to mount on. So I'm going to run one through here, up to the top, out to the back, and that's going to be that one line, okay? Actually, no. No, do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run this one from this side here, all the way down to here, down to here. So I'm going to run the cable down and back through here. Oh, no, I don't want to do that, do I? Okay, here, up to here, up to here, out the back here, like the top part here, and then out this side. And then I'm going to run this one from here, all the way up to here, then up the top as well, and then back down to the bottom. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I'll pump my USB 2.0 in through here. It is not a BTF motherboard, but yeah, no, what I'm probably going to do, my next focus, I think, my next kind of PC that I want to build is actually going to be a BTF. I'm going to do like an AM5 build with like with a BTF motherboard. That's going to be my goal, I think, for the next PC that I build. And it will be white. Today is Tuesday, Fuentes. Yes. Martes. No? I just want no. all day. Chronic's like, wait, what? Right, let's get this one in here. Again, we're going to try and do as much cable management beforehand to like save ourselves some like, you know, hassle and like drama and all that fun stuff. I'm going to, I wanted to try and get that round there with it. Can I get that round there still with a little bit of finagling? Like, can I don't want to force it. Can you stop doing that? I don't want to force that. But I figure if I can actually loosen those motherboard screws, I can probably get that in there and looking quite nice and tidy. Let's give it a go. We're going to give it a go. We're just going to loosen these 2 screws. Not going to fully take them out, just loosen them a little bit. We'll create a little bit. There we go. That's all we needed. Look at that. Lovely. Now, let's just hope that this doesn't squish it too much. Lovely. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. And we're just going to pull those cables back down now because I actually don't need to have that much slack. Very nice. I'm basically trying to make Dan Cam really proud of me for managing my cables. You don't like that bend? It's fine. It's fine, right? Yeah, I'm actually not keen on the bend. What do we think? I'm going to let Step decide. What do we think to that bend, Step? Are we okay? It's a bendy cable. It should be fine, right? 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 It's a bit tight for you. Oh, well, if Step says it's too tight, then I'm going to have to undo it, aren't I? Fine. Right. Are we happy now? Are we happy now, chat? Are we happier now? A happy little bend. Okay, well. If you guys are happy, I'm happy, all right? Just going to give that a little dust. Too loose now? Oh, get over it. Also means you can now use the plastic strip. Oh, I need to pull this one out then, don't I? If that's the case, if I want to use the plastic strip, I need to pull that out and push that one back in. Have that one come in this side, don't I? Because otherwise that won't work. Okay. Fine. You've ruined my fun, everyone, but you know what? You're probably right, so whatever. Hold on. Can I get you to come back up so I can cable manage you a little bit, please? No, we're actually gonna have those sit a little bit more like there. Okay. So ignore my attempt at trying to cable manage that. We're gonna leave that for now. Right. Consistency. My knuckles are just usually red. I just have very dry skin. No, I'm just a very dry-skinned person, I'm afraid. Okay, so this cable here that I'm going to use here, and here, I'm actually going to use a different type of cable. And I will say what I do need to do for some of these builds, especially the ones where I'm trying to go like really, really pretty, I should realistically be getting some more specific types of IQ Link cables, because if you want to do it in a very specific way, obviously we give you the ones that are going to best reach. But if you want to do it in a very specific way, you might need some cables that are a little bit different in terms of like whether it's a flat end or like a angled end, you know, doing push-ups on his knuckles. I'm just that hardcore. That's what it is. I'm just that hardcore. I'm going to see if I can actually do this with the little one. See if we can get that one in. Might be a little bit of a squiz, but due to InfiniRail, I can actually see all of this. It might have been smarter to actually manage this before I put the fan on, but to be honest, if I have to pull the fan off, they're quick turn screws, so it won't take 2 seconds. That is not going to go in like that. I need to turn that all the way around. Yeah, okay. It might be a smarter idea for me to undo this fan, redo it. Right, and in fact, might be a smarter idea to have it facing the other way. Because if I do that, I should have a bit more clearance. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it face away, and then I don't actually have to turn it around. So I can have it be like this, and then have that cable just go across the top nicely and easily, he says. And then you don't see the cable. Hold on, I'm not showing you guys that bit, am I? Then you don't see the cable. Beautiful! This is actually why it's a really good idea, by the way, folks, to pre-plan your IQ Link-like cable routing. It will help you out. I unfortunately ran out, as I said, I was doing a video this morning. It was what I was planning on doing this morning, so it did get pushed back a little. But again, with a few little tries, little testy bits, nice and easy to get sorted. Like a pie! Like a pie. Beautiful, cool. So that's going into, that cable is going into the fans here. I'm now gonna realize that I might have done this wrong. Have I done this wrong? I'm gonna, yeah. I think I have. Oh man, have I actually? Right, so we're gonna plonk these fans down here first. That's the first thing we're gonna do. Remember how, this is what, do you know what happened? I said we were making good time. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said those words. I shouldn't have said those words, chat. That's the first time I messed up. And I'm also about to, I missed that mess up. I almost messed up again. We are going to cable manage this a little bit better. So I'm actually going to whack that one on there to go into, nope, not that one. My flat. It's my angled. I want 2 angled ones. And I want a little bit of a longer one, I think. Yep, perfect. I'm going to angle this one here. You have an hour, you're fine. Yeah, no worries. Easy peasy. I'm going to... This is the one thing when I think about I'm doing this. It's like I always get the thing that baffles me is always when I do the top part here. And I actually don't think I need to. I think I need to take this out of here, which I just cable managed, and actually plonk this into it's the exhaust fan that always stumps me. We take joy in your mistakes. Good, I'm glad someone does. No, that can go into there, so that's fine. This can go out and directly into there. Those can go into there. One, two. It's getting, oh, it's not that, it's the AIO, isn't it? It's getting the AIO, needs to go into the pump needs to go into the fans. So the pump needs to go into the fans. And then these fans need to go into these fans, which then go down to the bottom and then into here. Yep, so, and then this fan needs to go into these fans down at the bottom, which then needs to go into this fan that I'm going to put down here. Yeah, so I've just done it a little wrong. Not as wrong as I thought. That's good. Happy mistakes indeed. We've actually kind of figured out a much better way of doing this, funnily enough. So let's do that then. Let's first off, so AIO is start point for this. And that should be relatively easy to drop this in there, he says. Okay, well, I lied to you, chat. It wasn't as easy as I was expecting. And I probably shouldn't have unplugged that from the AIO because that's going to be a bit finicky to get in there now. But it's fine. We learn these things on the fly. There we go. One. And then into here is 2. Lovely. Nice cable management. Then we're going to do this one out, down to the fans over here. So we only need a little one. So we're going to connect the fans, sorry, the AIO from the top part into the fans at the top here. So let me just swivel this around a little bit. I realise those fans are loose at the minute, so bear with me, folks. But that cable will go into there, which then goes into... Oh, okay, that's actually even closer. Nice. Okay, which will go into the top here. Let me just finagle that cable a little bit better. Lovely. Right, now we are going to take this fan, and the way I kind of want to do this is not go down. I don't want to go down here, right? I want to, oh, apologies. Oh, there we go. Got there in the end. We want to take this fan. We want to connect this fan at the rear. Apologies, let me just move in shot. This fan connecting from here, and I think the connector's on this side, so maybe I need to swap that around now. No, I don't. No, I don't. That's a lie. So I'm going to take this round. No, it is. That's a better way of doing it. Yeah, let's do that. So we are going to... I did have it in the right position in the first place, chat. Just didn't believe in myself. That was the problem. You've always got to believe in yourselves. That's what it is. Lovely. Lovely indeed. Right. And before I start messing around with that much more, let's grab these, grab this and plonk that in there. Actually, let's just do that before I put that back in entirely, saving me more effort. Right, this one can be a flat one. Just going to show you guys this. So that's, I'm going to plonk that one in there. Lovely. I'm going to feed the cable through up to the top. Beautiful. I was like, that's not right. No, it's just the wrong way around, Bob. And then we are going to ever so gently, ever so quietly, ever so friendly, shove that in. Beautiful. Hashtag believe Bob. Oh, I like that. And I've put it in the wrong screw hole. Oh no. That was such an unfortunate like series of events then. Goblins, I believe in Bob, and I put it onto the wrong thing because I keep messing it up. There we go. That's perfect actually. He keeps saying it wrong. Keep saying what wrong? What do I keep saying wrong? It's probably everything is the answer to that, but right, here we go. Bob needs a white motherboard. I do. M3, I absolutely do. Like I said, I'm probably going to be doing my first ever like AMD build at some point, hopefully before the end of the year, but if not, the start of next year. And I will be, well, I say build, I'll be replacing this current one and going in with a, doing like a AMD build instead of Intel build. And I'm probably going to get a BTF AM5 motherboard because there's some gorgeous ones that Gigabyte do that I really want to check out. Right. So instead of that, now that cable can come out. This one's going to go in. So let me manage this into this one here. And I want to have the connector face there so I can hide it quite nicely. So this one is going to be, oh, that's on that side as well. That's really nice. That's helpful. So here we go. 2 seconds. I'm just going to close my door because I've just heard my child arriving back home. And there we go. Right, here we go. We're gonna.
Someone's at the front door doorbell.
Someone is at the front door doorbell. Oh, I might actually have to go get that, guys. Bear with me, folks. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go. I probably won't share with chat. He's never coming back with milk. Wait, does that make me the dad of streams? Am I Corsair stream dad? Oh my gosh. Right, I reckon we can do this really easily, by the way. Ooh, don't say that. Wait, why? Wait, does that make you, or is that because you're Corsair stream mum? Right. I need a couple of shorter cables, but I'm not entirely sure I have them, so I might just have to deal with the extra length on the cable there. Corsair stream daddy. Oh my lord. I didn't say daddy. I said dad. Right? There's a difference. There is a difference, all right? Plonk that one in there. Lovely jubbly. Let's actually secure these fans now. And I will actually have to dismantle a bit on the I'm wondering this. Do you think we need a third fan down at the bottom there, folks? That's a good question. Like down at the... Do you guys think we need a fan down here as well? Like, I do have the fans if we want to. It's just whether we want to or not. It makes no real difference to what the build's gonna, like, thingy. Like, I don't think that'll actually change, like... our airflow or anything like that too much. It's just, if you'd like to see it, we will do it. More? We definitely want to do more. Don't think it needs it, but I think it would look cool. Fair enough. I was going to 3D print like a little stand thing there or something, but if you guys want fans, we will do fans. Just to say thank you for dealing with my utter nonsense today of getting my IQ Link routing off. Right, lovely jubbly. As many fans as you can get there. We can get way more. Like, just to clarify, we can get way more. We could do a push-pull, but we're not going to do that if I'm being brutally honest, just because it is the space. I would prefer to have it, like, cleaner than just having more fans for the sake of having fans, if I'm being brutally honest with you. Fans are a sign of weakness. Why don't I get a thank you for dealing on us every day? You do! You do! What do you mean? Right, okay, if we're going to do that fan, this table needs to stop with its nonsense, honestly, because it is irking me now with its nonsense. Right, can I just get one fan off of here? They're quick turn screws, it's fine, we'll be here 2 seconds. Bear with me, folks. I realise I'm off camera right now, but I will be back in a... Ooh. Have we got that? Yeah, we got it. Smack my finger, but I got it. Lovely. We'll clean this fan properly before we put it in. Here we go. Time for the glove. Oh, hold on. My chat stopped scrolling. No. No, where are you, chat? Where am I going to put the pointless figure? Oh, probably on top of the fan, just to really mess with the airflow. What do you think? 3 seconds later, you said 2 seconds. That was quick. I did just literally pull a fan off in that like short amount of time. I thought that was quite quick. Zig's being mean. Right. Need a couple of fan screws real quick. Long screws anyway. Four specifically, please. Lovely little toolbox that comes with the case, by the way. This actually comes in the accessory box. Very helpful. Right. Okay, so this is the only thing I need to consider here, which is where this cable is going to be routed. I think we're just going to do it there. Oh, okay. Can that fit in there? We may have to forego this, actually. I'm just realizing that this cable might not do what I want it to do. But if it does, then great. Fantastic. But if it doesn't, less fantastic. Can we get that in there? The question is, does that fit? And I don't think it does. We may have a slight issue with the orientation here. And I don't think I can actually get that one to connect the way I want it to connect. Or I wanted it to connect, should I say. So we may have to leave this one for now, because I don't have an angle grinder with me. Someone stop him! Actually, I'm just gonna... Let me just check here. Yeah, I'm just realizing it won't actually fit that way. But there's also not another way realistically. Why do you... I'm gonna have to put like something over that. I'm just realizing that if I mount it like that, I'm gonna have the uglier side. Actually, I don't think I can even mount it that way, can I? I don't think, guys, realistically, I should be doing this. So, despite asking you, I'm going to completely ignore you and not get off magnets. I don't think I'm going to actually like mount that way. I think unless I mount it like that. We do have a printable fan. printable fan end cover, except I need to plug the thing into two sides, so that's not really going to work. Unless... No, because that goes up to there, that comes down to here, so the chain is up and back around here, down to these, so rear fan to bottom fan to bottom fan, and then it would go up to the side fans, and then out, and then the AIO is just its own thing. Unless we switch that around a little. You don't think? No, I don't. I don't tend to. Hurts my head too much. Unless I have this coming out of the AIO. So unless the way we change this up is having the so this cable coming out of here, which actually goes into the top there. Okay, maybe we change this up then, and we do it a little bit of a different way. Yeah, maybe we take Step's advice and we do the printable end cover at a different point of the month, and I do it from that side there, and then have this come out the back. So that would go into the bottom one here, which is our nice little one. Which I'm going to try and cheat into here, by the way. This is what happens when you're trying to fit like a connection in without looking. Okay, right, well, guess I'm going to need to look. And there we go. Lovely. Okie dokie. Right, so that's in there. In theory, could I fit that? No, I need to make sure that it is dead on like that. Otherwise, it just won't fit at all. And then we will print the fan cover at the top, and then we'll go around the other way. Easy! I like how I said easy. Yes, that's probably the hardest it's been to get a fan the way I wanted it to go, but it worked. So probably not the hardest then, I guess. Lovely. Nice and solid. Lovely. Right, let me just open my door again because it's getting way hotter than I was expecting it to. There we go. Right, so let me go the other angle. So we now have those in here. This fan is going up to here. I need one to go from the top here right down into my IQ Link hub, which I'm just going to grab this nice long cable here, and then we are going to go have that other one work a little bit differently. So that one is coming out of here. Yep, so endpoint, so this is the starting point. It goes up to here, out through here, into presumably no, that's going into AIO. So AIO needs to come down here. This comes out, goes down to here. No, my endpoints aren't going to work here, are they? unless I add a system hub, my endpoints aren't going to work here, because I need 2 endpoints. So it's going to be AIO into... Where did I put it into now? Now I'm confused. AIO down into... Yeah, down into the fans at the bottom. Fans at the bottom come out. Come out. Where have I plugged that in then? Oh, that's in. I'm losing my mind. Those into these fans into here. Need a splitter. I do need a splitter, not a hub. That's right. I don't have a splitter on hand. So what I'm going to do, just because it's making my life way harder than it needs to be, because I'm racking my brain now. I'm going to take this fan out the bottom part here. I'm going to leave this blank for now until I get a splitter, because otherwise I'm literally just going to be, it's just going to be a dead end. I'm causing myself a dead end. I knew what I should have said at the start was like not giving anyone a choice and just said I'm not putting a fan in. But I had to try and be accommodating. That was the thing. Where have I put my screwdriver now? Is it under there? There it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna shift that out for now. Easy peasy. Then that literally just solves all my issues by not having that in there. Because we still want to show off Ben's stuff today, don't we? So Dad is blaming us again. Oh my gosh. Right. Yeah, it's all your guys' fault. That's what it is. It's not mine. I didn't mess this up. This is all you. Right. So what I can have from here then is this cable can be popping around out here. Well, actually, let's swap this one round for the one at the top here. Oh, I've gone ahead and pulled the entire cable pulley thing off because I'm a genius like that. Let me just pop that out that way. There we go. Lovely. Right. Okay. Now let's get my organization a little bit more sorted. So this is coming up from, so this is the fan going into there. This fan can go directly into the bottom of this part, which I now have to re-jig. So fan into there. That's bottom and rear. Lovely jubbly. Rear comes out, goes into the top here. That will then pull out to the bottom here. Lovely. That's a nice clean, I've just pulled that out and I didn't need to. Nice and clean into there. And that will go into the hub. So we have got from rear fan, going down to bottom fans, going to side fans, going out and then into the hub. We then have the AIO going into the fans on the AIO, and then we can have those coming out really nicely and easily with a long cable. Boop, 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 boop. With a long cable, also out down here, cable managed, and into the, that's the wrong one. No, that's not. That's I mean, I could use this one. That might be easier. Just with a flat head on the other end. That cable managed. See what I mean? You just trying to add one where it didn't need to be. That's what happens. But yeah, I can get a splitter and then we'll sort that out, no problems. But then we've got 2 cables. And do you want to see the back? Do you want to see the back now? This is like the real cool thing, because like I say, like that took longer than it needed to, but that was more me than anything else. But look, that's all. All the fan cables basically come down to these 2 that are left down here. That's awesome. I love that. Right, okay, cool. We've got that all sorted. Now it's time for our PSU. And I think what I'll do, as Steph said, I'll get a splitter. I will add that one back down into there at some point. But right now, I honestly don't really need it. It's not. It's like it's a nice to have. As we said, it's like we definitely don't need it, but it might look nice. It definitely will look nice. I just don't want to sacrifice it for the sake of, you know, the rest of the build or the timeliness of what we're doing here anyway. So all good there. Lovely jubbly, folks. Let's cable manage this a little bit as well, because it's easy enough to do with the rapid route. And I realize that you guys are not seeing anything that I'm trying to show here. So just cable manage this nicely and easily. And I like to do this a little bit as I go, just so I don't have as much to do at the end. But that's nice and easy there. That can be nicely and easily cable managed onto that as well. If I can get the Velcro. Yep, there we go. Lovely jubbly. This is the only unruly bit right now, and that's because Step wouldn't let me bend that cable. All right. It's actually not my fault. It's actually Step's, to be honest. Am I being cheeky? Yes, I am. And actually, this cable can be managed up here rather than where I was managing it there. Here we go. Come on. Big fan of the Velcro, like, by the way, because obviously trying to cable manage like right the first time is never a thing for me. 159 times? Oh my gosh. Right. Time for the PSU, folks. Right, so let's see what the best angle for this is going to be. I think it's going to be that. We can actually get rid of the extra IQ Link cables. We don't need those anymore. And we're going to go ahead and bring out the HX 1000i. Woo! Very fancy. Again, just way less cables than you'd usually need, which I'm a big fan of. Let's scoot this up a little bit. No, it doesn't. No, it sadly doesn't reset. No. Is that after the PST? Oh my lord. Maybe, you know what? Like, maybe that's like what the power supply transformer instead of the power supply unit. I don't know. Right. I'm gonna slot this one nicely and why? I barely touched that then. We definitely need platform 6. These capacitive buttons are actually like, this is going through my t-shirt as well. Right, here we go. So I'm just going to slot that in there. Obviously, just to let you guys know before anybody asks it, so I'm sure somebody's about to ask, this PSU is only available in black currently. If you would like to see it in white, make sure you shout about it on the Reddit, on Discord, mainly tagging Lucky about it, because like I know she loves to be tagged about things. Just say Bob sent you. Guys, there are a white version of this PSU. I love that I was answering that as you were asking it, folks. Okay. Do you know what? Yeah, whatever, table. You go down. You do your thing. Am I not lining? Okay, I need to get a better view at this. Sorry, folks. Am I not lining this up correctly? Yeah, it was literally just me not lining it up correctly. Well, that was a lot easier. Obviously, you don't need to put as we didn't before, you don't actually need to put these screws in there if you don't want to, but I'm going to add the PSU screws in there just so a little bit more stability, because I feel like I'm probably going to be moving this one around a bit more often than I were on the last one. Table knows all, but it's better than you have. It does. It does. If in doubt, trust the machines, right? Is that what we're saying? Just a little extra security here. And I definitely don't need to put all 4 in, but why not? Watch me put this in and have to undo this. We got to get Bob a Lazy Susan Yes, we do. We need to I need to realistically work on getting my next studio built, because that's actually, oh, I'm screwing it into the wrong place. We need to get my next studio built, because that's actually what's going to help me do this. I definitely don't need to do this one here. Doing it anyway. Right, there we go. So now, folks, we can now look at what's actually going to be done from the perspective. I want to show you guys where we're going to plug this into the IQ Link hub, because this is the first time I'm doing it and I'm actually really excited. I don't know why I'm excited. It's going to be like just super easy and really anticlimactic, but like at the same time, really cool. One. And oh, maybe the angle cable was easier for these. Something to note. No, there we go. 2. Done. All the fans. Done. That's literally just done already. That's so cool. Okay. Right, on to the next pieces then. So let's do this. Everything is screwed in, isn't it? Yep, cool. Right. Need the USB cable. Oh, of course I do. I was like, USB cable? I always thought you were talking about the AIO. Yes, apologies. There we go. USB cable. I was like, what USB cable are you talking about? And then I realised. Such a shame that it's black though. That's the only thing. What? No, I don't. Okay. One request for anybody with white builds is we need a white USB to USB-C to a USB header. Can I finagle you? Let me finagle you. Pretty please. Oh, come on. Spray paint it. I blame Bob for car advertisements on the Eiffel Tower. What? Do they do that? Do they actually do that? Because I should be annoyed at something like that, but that's actually quite funny. We do need a lazy Susan. I'm real. To be fair, though, I wouldn't get the workout. That's the only thing. Just a tip on that one. It's actually a little easier if you put that USB header in first before you actually put the PSU in and put the fans on the bottom. That would definitely be like an early recommendation from me. Okay, right, cabling. Okay, so first off, and I do need to get some better combs for this, or comb it better, should I say. But we're going to get the... And I don't actually have the native cable, so we won't be using that spot. I'm still going to be using the PCIe slots for this. So bear that in mind. The good news is I don't need those PCIe slots for anything else, so that's good. So my GPU cable will go into... Well, hold on, we're going to leave that out the back for the minute. Step 1 is never do a white build. I will admit I'm looking forward to my next build because it is a black build, and I'm hoping people won't be as upset about the fact that I'm in fact I have in fact got a white motherboard. Sorry, a black motherboard. So hopefully that won't irk people as much as it has today, because I've definitely felt like people are a little bit annoyed about my my motherboard choices. Or limitations, should I say. Choices is definitely not the right word, because if given the choice, I would very much be building this with a 9800 X3D and a BTF AM5 motherboard. So am I miscalculating what I'm doing here? No. This is the right cable. Is my angling wrong? No, that's correct. Oh, Not lack of force, folks. That's what it was. Lack of force. No, just lack of force. I was just like umming and ahhing it a bit too much. Was like, am I doing that too hard, or am I doing that? What's going on here? Just too much of a wuss, folks. Honestly, that seems to be the answer. Right, here we go. We're gonna cable manage this one a little bit on the way out, well, on the way through, should I say? Hold on, can I thread that through there, and then that actually gives me a reason to not like flatten that down? Yeah, that makes more sense, and then that can kind of hold it outwards. Lovely, that's great. I'm gonna thread those over there. Lovely jubbly. This is actually how you should cable manage it, using the rapid route. Beautiful. Lovely, that's there. That's going to be for my GPU. I'm going to leave that there where it is for now. We're going to use the CPU, and then we're done. Just got to put the GPU in, and then we're finished. Due to the lack of sunlight. I feel like I should be offended by that, Chronic, but you're actually quite correct. Oh. I wonder what that was then. It's one of my lights falling down. Don't worry, everything's fine. It's only held on by like double-sided tape, so that will be why. Lack of light is actually what's happening here. There we go. And we're just going to do a little check after this to make sure everything is actually properly secured, because we don't like not having secured cables. Right, these are going out to the top. Lovely jubbly. Let's cable manage this along the way. Actually, let's plonk it in first, then come back and cable manage, because that will be a bit easier. Light falling down due to lack of... Exactly. Right. Well, that fell, but that actually is what I wanted it to do, so that's good. Something actually doing what I've asked it to do. Well, what I wanted it to do for once. And I made the rookie mistake again of not routing these and plugging these in. So I've punished myself here, I guess. This is my penance for not doing this before, but I can still do it because InfiniRail gives me a space to love me some InfiniRail. Right, let's get you coming a little bit more forward first. Lovely. Again, I know this looks finicky, but this is so much easier than it used to be before, like you had this cutout. It genuinely makes your life so much easier. It's such a small feature, but it is so incredibly helpful as well. Right, there we go. That's nicely done. Let's route the GPU cable through real quick. Are we going to go around the side? I think we're going to go around the side for this one. So I'm actually going to go out, because the angle on the 5070 is actually a sideways like mounted cable rather than like a flat like one. So I'm going to do that here like that. Then that should connect nicely and easily in there. Boop. Beautiful. Right, now a little bit of basic cable management that we're going to do here. Again, shouldn't be too hard with our rapid route system. Wish it was Friday. I feel ya. You say that. You say you wish it was Friday, but trust me, you don't yet. You don't yet, especially if you like Corsair stuff, folks. You don't wish it was Friday yet. I don't want to give too much away, but you're going to want to be checking out Nettie's stream, because a certain somebody might be on that stream as well. And we've already established what happens when Bob shows up on streams, right? Huh? Where we blame him for everything. That's true. See, I was trying to be like, ooh, mysterious, cool, but you're like, no, it's just you just messed up again, Bob. You just messed up again. Right. Okay. Right, we're going to have to finish that cable management afterwards, I think. But with the exception of these cables here, which I'm a little bit annoyed about the fact that I can't get them to operate the way I want them to. That's not terribly cable managed. It's not brilliantly cable managed either, but it's not terribly cable managed. It's all basically, if Dan Cam says I've done a good job, everybody else has to, you know, just accept that I've done a good job, all right? That's how it works, because Dan Cam is the best cable manager that I've ever seen. At least from a content creator, guys, because it is gorgeous. Here we go. That's not terrible. It's not great. Again, I'll give in. Oh, bugger. Let me just route that one up there as well. Playing another horror game. Cable tightening simulator. Oh. There's one of my cable combs trying to do a runner. Can you not? That'd be great. Lovely. I probably, honestly, should probably take those off and then do this, like, you know, add them back on afterwards, but... Okay, that's not too bad. What do we think? Oh, don't pull by the cables, especially the CPU ones, Bob. That would be a bad idea. Right, hold on. There we go. I don't think that... Hold on, let me turn it around. I don't think that's too bad. What do you guys think? Oh, let me put it higher for you. Hold on. It's not great, I'll admit, but it's not too bad. Put it this way, I've definitely done worse. I've definitely done worse. I'll probably take some time after the stream just to tidy it up just a shade. And I definitely want to get some more cable combs on these, just to clean them up just a little bit as well. But, not bad. Better than I can do. I'll take it. I'll take it. The only thing we need to do now is drop this bad boy down. Whack the GPU in it, which we're going to pull down for a little bit. Not too bad, but also not too great. Here we go. I'm going to clean off the 5070 a little bit as well. See if the fan... No, I cleaned the fans actually not long ago. So, oh! That was close, wasn't it? Actually need to take the thumb screws off of the back and the little tray bits. Before anybody asks, no, I'm not going to be vertically mounting it. I like the idea of vertically mounting GPUs. I just don't want to this time. In the future, I may get a Corsair multi-frame pegboard, but does that come with monitor arms? I don't believe it comes with the monitor arms, no. You can purchase them separately, though, for sure. I know that for sure. Unless somebody wants to correct me in chat, that is, obviously. I'm doing this and I have an adjustable desk. Why don't I just lower it? Literally causing myself trouble here. Yes, they do have the frame for it. Yes, that is true. Secure. Secure. Lost me bit. Lost me bit. It does fit the aesthetics as well as it's a black GPU. Yes, I am aware. We were hoping to have a white GPU to showcase today. We're actually going to be getting... This is me personally, by the way, because this is my personal GPU. This isn't a Corsair one. I purchased this with my own money. And I fear you might maybe slightly misaligned. Or again, lack of force, maybe? Am I being too careful? I was being too careful. Beautiful. Right. I've cable managed too close to the sun. I need to give myself a little bit more slack. That actually does make sense because obviously this comb was actually poking out before. Let's drop this back down again. Yep. Make 100% sure, folks, that it is flush. You do have actually on the HXI ones, you do actually have a different color on the 12 volt 2x6. Obviously, I'm using our premium ones, which are older cables, so I don't have that on my one. But yes, you will if you do grab the HX. Obviously, I have it on the HXI. I have it on the HXI. The 12 volt cables that came with the HXI, but I don't, because obviously I'm using a white build and it doesn't come in white yet. I don't have those yet. So if you're curious why I'm not using that one, that's why. Right, beautiful. Okay, everything is in there, everything is sorted. Right, question is, folks, do we put everything back on before we power it up? Actually, I'm going to see if I can find the 12 volt for you real quick. So I can actually show you. Here we go. Right. This is really good, by the way. I really love this. So you can see here that that colour is different to that colour. So you actually know that it's gone all the way in. Also, angled cable, which is really cool too. Enclose it for luck. And close it for luck. Let's do it. Let's do it. I believe, folks, even if you don't, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and slide the top part on. Captive screws are in. Put one captive screw in a little bit prematurely, it would seem. There we go. Right, try that one for a third time lucky. Am I doing this right? Yes, I am doing this right. I was like, have I got it on the wrong way somehow? No. I'm always so worried about putting too much force on things. I don't know if anybody who's like now like quite experienced. I put a lot more force than I used to, but I'm still hesitant just because I don't want to break anything, especially live, right? It's one thing to break something, it's another thing to break it whilst streaming. Oh, one thing I did miss was this. And actually, I've just noticed that I've slightly pulled that cable out, which would have been problematic. Can I slide this in? Can I slide it in? Will it work? I think it will, you know. This is the magnetic shroud, by the way, just to make this look even cleaner. Which I forgot to do earlier, but it's fine because it still goes in. Let me just make sure I've got it all lined up. Oh, wrong side. Did I plug the pump cable in? I'm pretty sure I did. We'll find out, I guess. Am I misinterpreting this? That should slot onto the motherboard screws, correct? Right step. No? Have I got it the wrong way round then? Is it the other side? No. Oh, there we go. Because the GPU, yeah, the cars go the other way around because they fit in with the sag bracket. But obviously I've removed the sag bracket, so that's why I wasn't thinking about it. Duh! Duh! Right. Looking good though? I need to replace these combs with white combs. I'm very aware that there's too much black in this white build, but still, we'll get there. We'll get there, folks. It's progress. Right, okay. Back panel going on. And how are we doing for time? We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We've actually not taken, obviously a little bit longer than I was planning, but not much longer than I was planning. So, worst things have happened at sea. Panda baby, let's go. By the way, the RAM has wood appearance. It's actually wood. It's not wood appearance. They are actually wood. And I'm going to show you something really cool to do with some more wood mods on the Frame 4000D very shortly, okay? Very, very soonly.